Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this video is going to be called Stop Doubting. Okay, I was watching the stream that was done by the elder Manat Sakba. He basically went into, that lesson, stop doubting. The Most High is not wishy-washy. Okay, and it was an edifying video. Okay, and that is the message. Okay, we just like we were crying in ancient Egypt for the Lord to deliver us from that hard bondage. And yet, when the Lord did deliver us, you had certain Israelites that were crying, saying they wanted to go back. Okay, saying that, oh, the Lord brought us out here to kill us, and they missed the different foods that they used to eat back in Egypt. And even though it was hard bondage, at least they were alive, which was all doubtful, unbelieving talk. Even after they had witnessed the different miracles the Lord had performed on their behalf. Okay, starting from the plagues that the Lord hit Egypt with to deliver them, witnessing the darkness that affected everybody but them, amongst the various other plagues. All right, witnessing the Gulf of Suez being parted, and you know how deep, that is, man. Okay, you can only imagine how high the wall of water was after the Lord, through the hand of Moses, had parted it. And you're walking on dry land. In the meanwhile, you have a chariot that's leading you and directing you. So that whole journey was all spiritual. Okay, and miraculous events constantly protecting us, providing for us everything we needed. And even while witnessing these things, every 2 seconds you had Israelites that were murmuring about going back to Egypt. And you think about it and say, well, if the Lord delivered you by parting that body of water to where you could walk on dry land to get to the other side, and then after that you turn around and say the Lord brought you here to kill you, well, if he wanted to kill you, would he not have just let you drown? Would he not have let the Egyptians catch up to you? Would he not have had you starve? First, he gave you manna, which has everything you need. All right, you know what I'm saying? It sustains life. And yet, Jake wants quail. Jake wants meat. Then he gives you meat. And it was one thing after the other, which was vexing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And what you're starting to see is a similar repeat today, where as we've been crying for the longest, Jake is constantly crying about oppression here in modern day Egypt, constantly crying about, getting delivered. And yet when the process of deliverance begins, you got Jake that is starting to have doubts. You realize when you are scared about letting go of this oppression, letting go of this modern day Egypt, in essence, you're basically doing the same thing, because you're saying, well, I'd rather just keep on being a slave, working for this devil, staying in these oppressive conditions, because at least I'll be able to pay my bills and have a roof over my head, as opposed to taking that leap of faith and going into the wilderness spiritually. Because Israel going from Egypt into the wilderness was more so, it was out of your comfort zone, so to speak, right? Because Jake, you had places to live, you had houses, you had food, you had all these things in Egypt. But now you had to leave all of that and go off of faith into the wilderness, where you don't have, even though you were oppressed in Egypt, you don't have the comfort of the basic things there. And that's basically where we're at today, where we're gonna have to let go of these basic things in this society and rely solely on faith. And if the Lord did it for us back then, why not now? Okay, now understand that when you doubt the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that's disrespectful, and that's an angering thing to do. The scriptures say, he that cometh to the Lord must believe that he is, and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. If you diligently seek the Lord, you're not going to doubt the Lord. You're going to have faith in the Lord. And if you don't, then don't even try coming halfway, because the consequences will be much more severe than if you hadn't even come at all. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 1. And it says, behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save. You're worried about eating. Do you fail to realize that the Most High created everything? All right. The concept of food, the concept of the human body, the concept of sustainability. Where do you think all that came from? And yet you fear man that's just another creation as yourself, really that's beneath you, above the Creator. The Most High knows how your body works. The Most High knows you're hungry before you even know you're hungry. All right. The scriptures say that the Lord's ways are not our ways, neither are his thoughts our thoughts. The Most High is not a man that you can plead with or discuss or counsel or give advice to. We're likened unto a worm. All right, so as a worm, you just the best you could do is just have faith in the Lord. You don't have any power to do anything. Here it is, you go and you take the Vanessa, and then guess what? You die or you get paralyzed. Right? Your job is an in-person job. So you say, okay, I'm gonna go take it and be good. Okay, you go and you take it, and then now you're paralyzed, stuck in the hospital. Now what? So it says, behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. And you look at all the things the Lord has done for you in your average day-to-day life now. These are sometimes we pray for things that when you look on a grand scale, they're minor. They're very, very minute. If we truly understood the grand scale, you would see that some prayers, some things you ask for are very minute. And yet, regardless of how minor they are, the Lord still grants those prayers to be answered. And he still blesses you and still gives you things here and there. Because everything you have now comes from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So if he's doing that in our every day-to-day life now, how much more for when we need him the most? Don't think that you know more than the Lord. The Lord knows that if you don't eat, you're going to die. He knows that if you don't drink, you're going to die. He knows what your comforts and discomforts are. So if he still says, look, you know what I'm saying, you just don't worry about it, just have faith in me, then that's really the best you can do. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, moving on. I only have a few precepts, but going back to what we were discussing with the wilderness, you got to understand that there's a lot of being in the wilderness was very spiritual, because we would have been devoured otherwise. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee and to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandment or no. So you understand now why the Lord is doing this as well, because it's to humble us, to prove us, and to know whether we will keep his commandments or no. Because, if somebody says, well, I'm going to keep it, how do you prove that? How do you know of a surety that they are? You have to test them. That's why we have the hour of temptation coming up. That's why these mandates are being put in place. The Most High could snap his fingers and everything will be all right. But then where would the test be? How would your faith be tested? Okay. It says, verse 3, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger. So he allowed it. All right. To see what you would do. Sometimes the Most High does things to see what you're going to do. Not to kill you, not to destroy you, but he wants to see what are you going to do in this situation. When in your mind you think there's no way out, what do you do? Who's the real you? Not the comfortable you, not the you that can act or can put on whatever, macho man. No. The real you. The you that you don't think anybody else is watching. The you that is so desperate that you don't care about whatever persona you putting up. But as it says, he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna. When has that ever happened before? Food that just comes down from the sky? Just comes down from the sky. And it's edible. And it has everything. And then I'm going to go into another precept that said even the taste of it. Perfect to sustain you. And the Most High did that on our behalf. What other nation did the Lord do that for? And if he did it back then, why not now? Because that was a part of the deliverance out of Egypt. And he said, this deliverance is going to be greater than that. So of course, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to deliver us, man. Faith provokes miracles. You need to be in a position of difficulty if you're going to be delivered out of it. And what the Lord is doing now is he's setting that up. He's setting up that position of straightness and difficulty. He's suffering these mandates to be put into place, because then there's a reason for him to intervene. There's a reason for him to be, to show things. Miracles don't just happen for no reason. There's always a reason. And if there isn't, then the Lord makes a reason. Because it all works to the glorification of the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, because that's what manna means. What is it? Manna. What is it? That's what it means. Okay, so when they saw it, that's why they said manna. Or what is this? Okay. It says, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. So if you truly believe that, remember what Yahushua said, seek ye what? Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else shall be added unto you. Didn't say seek ye first your job. Don't worry about a job is a means to an end. Nobody really likes the job. They just like what they get from having a job. It's not about the job, because you be on the job complaining. You don't like the job. You just like the fact that you get paid. And the only way to get paid is by doing the job. So the job is a means to an end. But if the Lord can provide that end without you having to go through that particular means, then you're fine. Because eating, there's not only one way to get food. There's infinite ways with the Lord. All right. If the Lord decided to make all food on the planet disappear right now, it doesn't matter what job you got, you're not eating. Hence, there's things called famines. One way or another, you're going to need the Lord. So you better start now. Okay, you better start now, man, because we've been crying on to the Lord for this moment, and it's finally here, and then you want to back out. You say one thing, and then when you're faced with the pressure, you want to back out. You weren't truly about it. But that's why the scriptures say, then shall they be known who are my chosen. Now is the Lord going to separate. And how is he going to do it? By those that are breaking. Those that fear. It's all a deception, because it's not going to last long. Whatever you forsake the Lord for will not last long. And the regret that you're going to face for that is going to be far greater than you ever expected. Read Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right. Verse 4, thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 days. 40 years. So in the wilderness for 40 years. 40 years. Imagine you were 12 years old when you left, or you were 10 years old when you left Egypt. And now you 50 years. If you survived it, you 50 years old. How do the clothes of a 10-year-old stay perfectly fit on him at the age of 50? You go from 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 to 45, and your clothes they just stay. They don't wax old upon you. They don't shrink. You don't get too big for your clothes. You ever thought about that? It's not like there was a H&M, out there, and then they just purchasing new clothes or anything. and your foot didn't swell. So the Lord has control over all of that. Because when you walk for a while, when you walking too much for too long, of course your feet is gonna hurt. Okay. It says thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord chasteneth thee. And what we're going through right now is so that we can be delivered. This is our way to deliverance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put the weak nature away and trust the Lord, man. You have to believe to the point where you can make things happen through the spirit and power of the Lord. That's the belief you have to have. Belief beyond what you can see. You just have to believe it. There's no physical mechanics that we can tell you on how to do it. You just have to do it. You just have to believe. That's all we can tell you. You just have to believe. Just do it. Okay? One way, for starters, is to stop doubting and focus on doing it. Right now, we just got to believe. The Lord hasn't told us to do anything yet. You just keep doing what you're doing now, and know that when any calamity comes your way, something will happen to deliver you. So just believe that. Right now, the best thing to do is just to not make any hasty moves. Just do what you're regularly doing. Don't be quick to, oh my gosh, and nothing has even touched you yet. Okay, so now see what else I had here. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Just give me 1 second while I pull it up. All right, we're gonna go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 20. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 16 verse 20. It says, instead whereof thou feddest thine own people with angels' food, referring to the manna, and didst send them from heaven bread prepared without their labor. You see that? Means to an end. You have a job, you get paid, you buy groceries, you make food, you eat. Or you believe and you eat. You see how much easier that is? Just trust the Lord, and however he's going to do it, he's going to do it. But it says the food was prepared without their labor. They didn't plant it. They didn't reap it. It just came down ready. It says, able to content every man's delight and agreeing to every taste. So it was, no, I don't like this. Oh, I'm allergic to this. Oh no, oh my gosh. No, it was perfect. But yet Jake still found a way to complain. And that's why this time the Most High is only delivering those that are appreciative of him. Those that appreciate the Lord. Those that are grateful that, hey, Lord, I'm thankful I'm even eating. All right. It says, for thy sustenance declare thy sweetness unto thy children, and serving to the appetite of the eater. You hear that? Tempered itself to every man's liking. How do you complain about that? The food is so special that when you ate it, it tasted just like whatever your favorite kind of food is. Whatever your taste buds like to taste is what it tasted like. It tempered itself to every man's liking. So what I'm saying, are you satisfied? What's your problem? And the Most High did this, and he had a record of it kept, so we can read it now and have the faith and be comforted in knowing that, guess what? He did it before, and he's going to do even greater works now. You should be excited. You should be excited saying, you know what? I want this devil to hurry up. Because when he does something, we're going to see the Lord do something. The Lord will do something. Okay, there's no doubt in our minds that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai will do something, because he's already doing something. The fact that this devil is coming is the Lord doing something. And if he's doing something on the left-hand side, then he's going to do something on the right-hand side. Okay, that's how it works. Because the right hand always wins. So if the left hand is making their move, which is really the Most High, Why do you think the right hand is not going to do anything? Who's getting delivered if we all getting destroyed? If we all trust in the Lord and we all just starve to death, then who's Yahushua coming down to deliver? He, deliverer, is going to come and not deliver anybody. The scriptures say that all they that put their trust in the Lord, all right, basically have been good. And yet, all of us going to put our trust in the Lord and die? You have to think of the miracles, man. You have to think above carnality. You have to go beyond what you see. You have to elevate mentally. Okay? That's how you elevate, man. You have to think about things that the average person cannot comprehend. That's faith. All right? You may fall off a building and you don't know what's going to happen, but you know the Lord got you. I'm not telling you to go jump off a building, just saying certain situations, you know, you never know where you end up. You walking in no man's land, you don't know what's going on, it's dark, it's late, everything just looks deadly, like it's coming after you. You just got to forget about what you're seeing and just believe what you know. All right. Sometimes you gotta forsake what your eyes are telling you and just believe what you know. What am I seeing? I'm seeing danger. Well, what do I know? I know deliverance. All right, cool. That's it. That's it. All I needed was for the Lord to say, I got you. Well, the Lord said, I got you. So now what? You know what I'm saying? Now what? Now, if you doubt, if you don't get delivered, you doubting too much. Okay. Our power is real. How do you think our power got his recognition? By not doing anything? How would he be known as the living power if he didn't do anything? How would he be known at all if he didn't do anything? It says that his name is going to be known throughout the whole earth. How so? By not doing anything? Is he going to sit here and allow people that doubt him, people that promote everything against him, people that try to kill his memorial, right? People that try to kill the name of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, he's going to allow them to prevail? So how does he get recognition? How does he get glorified? If he allows us, the ones who truly believe in him, to be trampled over and, destroyed, who is going to glorify him? Okay? Who is he going to beautify with salvation? You got to think about these things, man. The way the Lord has set it up, there's no room for us not to get delivered. It's a part of the storyline. John already saw it. So you just got to believe and wait for it, man. Ye that trust in the Lord, wait for his mercy. Okay, you have to wait for his mercy. So lastly, I got one more precept here. All right. And whatever comes our way, man, look, man, the first thing we're doing is calling upon Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai. If you got to yell the name of the Lord, you got to scream the name of the Lord, you got whatever you got to do, just believe in the Lord. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. You're too timid, you're too scared, you're worried about what ifs. You're filling up your mind with things that haven't even existed. I mean, things that don't exist. What if? What is a what if? A what if is just a what if. What if? What about what is? Let's deal with what is, because what is what affects you. What if doesn't exist? What if is in your head? Well, what if I quit my job and I starve to death? Has that happened? No. Will that ever happen? Likely not. So why are you worried about it? You see how when you really break it down, having doubt is really ridiculous. What are you worried about? Something that hasn't happened? Something that probably will not happen? Why don't you worry about something you want to happen? Why don't you meditate on something you want to happen? Why don't you speak into existence positivity, life, deliverance? How about instead of the what ifs being negatives, they be positive? Man, what if I quit my job and then the Lord does this? What if the Lord does this instead? What if the Lord does that instead? How about that? It says, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Because if you're worried about what is, you don't believe in what is. If you're worried about what ifs, then you're not believing in what is. What is what's written. And what's written is that the elect are going to get delivered. And what's written is that the elect are going to believe unto salvation. So doubting is not going to get you anywhere, man. We're in the time where we're expecting the Lord to do great things. We're expecting to see a spiritual power. We're expecting Yahushua to come back down. All right. We're expecting to get beamed up in a chariot. We're expecting to get new bodies. We're expecting for this kingdom to crumble. We are expecting to eat while others starve, because that's what the scriptures say. All right. We are expecting to be in a good case, because the scriptures say at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. So that's what we're looking forward to. Now, we can do videos, we can exhort you, we can teach you, but we cannot believe for you. If you don't believe, that is on you. I'm sorry, but I can't share my faith. I can't make you believe, man. All right. All of us are we're all fighting for our salvation. And if you let doubt, if you think about this, you let something that doesn't exist prohibit you from getting salvation. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? Something that doesn't exist. Oh, I was afraid that if I didn't do it, this would they said they would come and do this. Did they do it? Did the Lord sanction it? Has it happened to you? So you don't know if it would have ever happened to you. But because you were afraid of something that could happen, even though it didn't exist because it didn't happen, because of you being afraid of that, you missed out on salvation. You went and took a mark over fear that, I mean, damn, bro. Hey, man, but you know what? At the end of the day, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has set it all up. And Lord willing, we are a part of that elect. Okay? But whether we know we're of the elect or not, we know that how we're going to make it out of here is by believing in the Lord. So guess what? That's what we're going to do. Instead of worrying about, am I of the elect? Am I going to make it? Let me worry about something that in my mind I can do, which is to believe in the Lord. Whatever the Lord says, that's what we do. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying and exhorting to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.